keep hearing talk of people saying that I should retire or I'm going to retire soon or whatever. I ain't retiring anywhere. I've got 2 fights with Usyk for the Undisputed, twice. Then I'm going to fight AJ at least once, maybe twice, if there's a rematch, if he wants one, after the first battering I give him. And then I'm going to fight Ngannou again. And that's just a start. So there's 5 little fights for you to whet your appetite with. I ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. 35-year-old in the prime of my life, and I'm ready to smash up.
Tyson Fury stirs the pot by calling out Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou right after the Usyk fight, shutting down retirement rumors. The Gypsy King isn't done yet and still making buzz in the boxing world with this announcement. After his second loss to Alexander Usyk, many speculated about Fury's future in boxing and whether he might retire. However, he firmly shut down those rumors with a strong statement. Definitely not. No way, not in a million years. This clear declaration shows that Fury is determined to continue his boxing career despite recent setbacks and remains motivated to fight again. Fury also expressed his belief that he was wronged in the fight against Usyk. He claimed he was robbed by the judges, who awarded Usyk a unanimous decision. Fury insisted he had won the match, stating, "I thought I won that fight by at least 3 rounds." He felt he controlled the fight and was on the front foot throughout. Despite acknowledging that he could not change the judge's decision, he maintained that Usyk received a Christmas gift from them, emphasizing his conviction that he deserved the victory.
I felt I won the both fights, like this Australian lad here. He thought I won both fights too. I don't know what I've got. Well, obviously I know what I had to do, knock him out to get a decision, but do you know what? It's boxing and it happens, and there's no doubt in my mind I won the fight, and that's it. We can't cry over it. We can't do much about it.
Fury further elaborated on his feelings about the fight, saying, "I know what I had to do, knock him out to get a decision, but do you know what it's boxing? And it happens, and there's no doubt in my mind I won the fight." This statement reflects his frustration with how the match was judged and his belief that he performed well enough to secure a win. He acknowledged the challenges of boxing, where sometimes even a strong performance does not guarantee victory. Fury's confidence in his skills remains intact, and he is eager to prove himself again in future bouts. His determination to keep fighting suggests that he is ready to face any opponent who comes his way. Even Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, also weighed in on this fight and expressed that there is no need for Fury to retire. Hearn pointed out that despite Fury's recent loss to Alexander Usyk, he still performed well and showed he is not finished as a fighter. He noted that Fury did not appear to be past his prime and still can compete at a high level. Hearn believes this defeat will be difficult for Fury to process, but it doesn't mean he should step away from the sport. Instead, Hearn feels that Fury can continue to be a significant player in boxing moving forward.
If he loses, would you advise retirement?
No, I think the fight with AJ is their win or lose. It's just the size of the fight. You know, if he wins, sets up a massive fight with AJ, and if he loses, could be those two big fights to say goodbye. Who knows? But you know, when you lose to Usyk, it shouldn't really mean that you need to hang him up.
No.
He's
like the
pound
UFC model, isn't it? Like when big fighters lose all the time.
Once you start regressing, then you have to think about your future. But if you lose to Usyk in a great fight, why retire?
Hearn also commented on the ongoing discussions about a potential fight between Joshua and Fury. He emphasized that this matchup remains crucial for both fighters and could be one of the biggest events in British boxing history. Hearn believes that regardless of their recent performances, fans are eager to see these two heavyweights face off in the ring. He stated, "There's only one fight for Tyson Fury, and that's Anthony Joshua," highlighting the excitement and anticipation surrounding this potential clash. Hearn further elaborated on the significance of a Fury versus Joshua fight, calling it the biggest fight probably in the history of British boxing. He noted that fans have been waiting for this matchup for years, and the interest remains high even after both fighters have faced recent defeats. Hearn pointed out that Fury did not look finished in his last performance against Usyk. He showed resilience and skill throughout the match. This suggests that Fury still has much to offer in the ring, making a fight against Joshua even more compelling. Hearn also mentioned that both fighters are now at a point in their careers where there are fewer obstacles to making this fight happen. With neither fighter currently holding a title and both coming off losses, it could be the perfect time to settle their long-standing rivalry. Hearn believes that fans would be excited to see these two heavyweights finally meet, as it represents a significant moment in British boxing history. The anticipation for this clash continues to grow, with many hoping it will take place soon.
The biggest fight probably in the history of British boxing.
everyone will always want to see it. And by the way, that wasn't a Tyson Fury that looked finished. You know, it wasn't a flat performance, wasn't a poor performance. He didn't look gun shy. He didn't look like his punch resistance was in question like we talked about earlier. So I think Tyson Fury's still, you know, potentially at the peak of his powers, just not good enough to beat Alexander Usyk tonight. But for me, look, you know, AJ against Fury is the one. It's the one at Wembley.
Hearn further continued and shared his thoughts and stated, "You heard from Fury about the sacrifices he made in camp. He did the same thing. And it's like, you know, that's why he left the ring tonight. Probably the same kind of frustration. How did I not beat him? Why? I did everything right. I made the sacrifice. I didn't talk to anyone." Hearn's comments highlight the emotional toll that such a high-stakes fight can take on a boxer. He understands that both fighters put in significant effort and dedication to prepare for their matches. This shared experience of sacrifice adds depth to their rivalry and underscores the importance of their potential showdown. Hearn further explained that it is common for fighters to feel frustrated after putting in so much hard work but not achieving the desired outcome. He acknowledged that these feelings are part of being an athlete at this level, he added. And you know, it's just frustrating for these guys. The pressure to perform can be immense, and when things do not go as planned, it can lead to deep disappointment. This context adds depth to the ongoing narrative surrounding Fury and Joshua as they navigate their careers and consider future bouts. Hearn reflected on how both fighters deal with defeat, noting that all fighters do. He mentioned that Anthony Joshua also struggled after his defeats, emphasizing that being a winner means facing pain when losing. He stated, "You're a winner, and when you get beat, it hurts. And this will hurt Tyson Fury." This acknowledgement of shared emotions between fighters illustrates the mental challenges they face after setbacks in their careers. Hearn's insights reveal the human side of boxing, where victories and losses deeply affect athletes' mental states. He understands that both Fury and Joshua are driven by their desire to win, making their rivalry even more intense. As they both seek redemption in their careers, the stakes for a potential match between them continue to rise, capturing the attention of fans worldwide. Eddie Hearn also discussed the emotional impact of defeats and pointed out that both fighters experience significant frustration after a loss. He recalled how Anthony Joshua reacted after his second defeat to Alexander Usyk, emphasizing the deep commitment both fighters put into their training. This shared experience of struggle adds another layer to their rivalry, showing that both athletes understand the pain of losing when they have given everything to prepare. Yeah, because it's frustration. I mean, you remember when AJ lost to Usyk for the second time. You saw his reaction. It was like he trained so hard for that fight. He put his entire soul into beating Usyk in the rematch, Hearn said. This comment highlights how much effort and dedication goes into preparing for a major fight. Hearn's comparison illustrates that both Fury and Joshua have faced similar challenges in their careers, making their journeys relatable to fans. Hearn's remarks underscore the emotional toll that boxing takes on athletes. Losing can be incredibly painful, especially when they feel they have done everything right in their preparation. For both Fury and Joshua, these losses are not just setbacks. They are moments that test their resolve and commitment to the sport. As they look ahead, the desire to reclaim their status as champions drives them forward, keeping fans hopeful for an exciting future matchup between them. Carl Froch also shared his thoughts on Tyson Fury's current situation. He pointed out that Fury had previously been very vocal about his confidence in beating Alexander Usyk, often referring to him in a dismissive manner. Froch noted that Fury would taunt Usyk by calling him a rabbit, suggesting that he viewed Usyk as an easy target. However, after suffering 2 consecutive losses, Froch highlighted how Fury's bravado might be affected. The dynamic between the two fighters has shifted significantly, with Fury now facing questions about his future and whether he can still compete at the highest level. This change in circumstances adds another layer of complexity to their potential rivalry.
But it's another loss, and on the build-up there when he was giving Usyk some beef and saying, "I'm the champion, you're effing this and you're effing that and you're rabbit," and he was getting wound up, you could see that he actually got a bit of hatred for Usyk there, because he's ruined his legacy and he's ruined him at the end of his career. He's had back-to-back defeats now. Can he mentally cope with that and retire? I know he's got 100 million quid in the bank, which is going to soften the blow.
As Fury grapples with his recent defeats, Froch also mentions that while Fury loves being a champion, he might not feel the need to continue fighting if he decides to walk away with his head held high. This sentiment reflects a common theme among fighters who have experienced significant setbacks. The idea of retiring on a high note can be appealing, especially for someone like Fury, who has already achieved so much in his career. However, Froch also suggested that if the opportunity opportunity arises, Fury might still consider a fight against Joshua. The prospect of such a matchup could reignite his passion for the sport and provide both fighters with a chance to reclaim their legacy.
But just from what I've seen him in the Netflix documentary, he loves fighting and he loves being the champ, he loves being on top. So I sincerely hope Tyson Fury can cope with that loss, the back-to-back defeats, and walk away with his chin held high. I wouldn't blame him actually if he jumped in with AJ and took the rubber match, because it's a fight that will sell. It will fill Wembley. I don't know if we'll get 80,000 in there, but it will get a big crowd at Wembley Stadium.
Froch further expressed skepticism about the significance of a potential fight between Joshua and Fury. He indicated that he does not view it as a major event in boxing at this time. This perspective stems from both fighters' recent performances, which have left fans questioning whether they are still at their peak. The excitement surrounding this potential clash has diminished somewhat due to their losses and the uncertainty surrounding their careers. For many fans, the anticipation of seeing these two heavyweights face off has been overshadowed by doubts about their current abilities and motivation.
And that would be a sign-off payday, but to be honest, it's not a big fight for me. It's not something I get excited for. It's almost like the battle of the losers, isn't it? They both lost to Usyk. I mean, AJ got finished off by Dubois. There's a chance he might walk away. He's gone quiet and vanished.
Adding to this discussion, former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis shared his thoughts on Tyson Fury's recent performance against Alexander Usyk. Lewis remarked, "I liked the first fight better. This was a good fight as well, very close. You know, when it comes to heavyweight boxing and somebody's beat you the first time, you've got to go after him the second time." This comment highlights the importance of aggression in boxing, especially in rematches where a fighter is looking to reclaim their title or reputation after a loss. Lewis believes that Fury needed to adopt a more aggressive strategy to secure victory in his rematch with Usyk. Lewis's insights reflect a common sentiment among boxing analysts that fighters must adjust their tactics after experiencing defeat. He continued, "I felt Tyson Fury should have gone after him a little bit more, and it would have been a different outcome." This statement emphasizes that Fury's approach may have cost him the fight. By not being more proactive, he allowed Usyk to control the pace and scoring of the match. Lewis's perspective serves as a reminder that in high-stakes bouts, especially against opponents who have previously defeated you, taking initiative can be crucial for success. Lewis also expressed his thoughts on Fury's overall strategy in the rematch with Usyk. He stated, "I'm not surprised, you know. Whatever their game plan was, mine would have been different." His comment suggests that Lewis believes there were better strategies available for Fury to employ against Usyk. He implies that the game plan Fury used might not have been effective enough to secure a victory. This kind of analysis is valuable because it highlights how crucial preparation and strategy are in boxing, especially at the heavyweight level. He further emphasized that he felt Fury needed to do a lot more work, indicating that he should have been more aggressive and taken control of the fight. Lewis advised, "You know, go after him a bit more, press forward a little bit more." This advice reflects a common belief in boxing that fighters must dictate the pace and direction of the match. By being more assertive, Fury could have put Usyk on the defensive and potentially changed the outcome of the bout. Despite his critiques of Fury's performance, Lewis acknowledged that it was overall a great fight. This comment highlights that even in defeat, there can be moments of brilliance and excitement in boxing matches. It also suggests that while Fury may not have executed his strategy effectively, both fighters contributed to an entertaining contest. Lewis's appreciation for the fight itself shows that he values not just winning, but also the competitive spirit and skill displayed by both athletes. Turki Al-Sheikh also shared his thoughts on Fury's recent loss to Usyk. He emphasized that despite the defeat, Fury did a commendable job throughout the fight. Al-Sheikh noted that Fury showed great resilience and skill, which reflects the high level of competition present in their rematch. His acknowledgement of Fury's performance suggests that even when a fighter loses, there are still aspects of their game that can be praised. This perspective is important as it highlights the nuances of boxing where both skill and strategy play vital roles. Al-Sheikh further elaborated on the implications of Fury's performance, stating that losing does not define a fighter. He pointed out that every match is a learning experience, and for Fury, this loss could serve as a crucial stepping stone to future success. This sentiment underscores the idea that setbacks in boxing can lead to growth and improvement. Al-Sheikh's comments resonate with many in the boxing community who believe that resilience and determination are essential qualities for any champion.
Yeah, I think he will. I counted. He had 4 rounds more. My account.
A lot of us expected Tyson maybe with the more weight to go in there and try and stop him.
Do everything, doing amazing fight, but this is the boxing. There is one winner and there is loser.
Bilal Sheikh expressed his views on potential future matchups. He mentioned that if Daniel Dubois wins his upcoming fight in February, he would like to see Dubois face Usyk again. This potential rematch could be intriguing for fans, especially considering Dubois' previous encounter with Usyk, where he showcased significant promise despite the loss. Bilal Sheikh's suggestion indicates a belief in Dubois' ability to learn from past experiences and possibly challenge Usyk more effectively in a second fight. Moreover, Bilal Sheikh also discussed Tyson Fury's next steps following his defeat. He indicated that there is still a strong possibility for Fury to fight Anthony Joshua soon. Given the history and rivalry between these two British heavyweights, this matchup remains highly anticipated among fans and analysts alike. The prospect of Fury versus Joshua could reignite interest in the heavyweight division and provide both fighters with an opportunity to reclaim their status after recent setback.
But next, I want if Dubois win in February, I want to see Usyk and Dubois again.
Again, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. And I want to see Tyson, maybe with Joshua or something. We will decide.
I was going to say, just very quickly, I just spoke to Eddie Hearn. We know that we've all, as British boxing fans, we've been desperate to see Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
Let's see what can happen.
Do you think it's realistic?
Everything in reality is realistic.
Absolutely. Just very quickly, for next year, bigger and better. This year was incredible.
Inshallah,
but
I hope
yeah?
so. The most important thing is the fans.
Bilal Sheikh's comments reflect a broader sentiment within the boxing community regarding the importance of moving forward after losses. For Fury, facing Joshua would not only be a chance for redemption, but also a significant event in British boxing history. Michael Bisping also shared his perspective on Tyson Fury's recent performance against Alexander Usyk. He emphasized that despite the defeat, Fury has achieved a lot in his career. Bisping stated, "Well, certainly he's got nothing to prove. He should be very, very proud of himself." This comment highlights that even after 2 consecutive losses, Fury's legacy as a champion remains intact. Bisping recognizes the wealth and success Fury has garnered throughout his career, which allows him to take pride in his accomplishments rather than solely focusing on recent setbacks. Bisping continued by noting, "He's made a ridiculous amount of money, he's extremely wealthy, he's been the heavyweight champion of the world, one of the biggest names in British heavyweight boxing." This perspective is important as it frames Fury's career in a broader context. While losses can be disheartening for any athlete, Bisping reminds fans that Fury has already secured his place in boxing history. His achievements go beyond just wins and losses. They include his impact on the sport and his ability to entertain fans both inside and outside the ring. Bisping's comments serve as a reminder that champions like Tyson Fury have already made significant contributions to boxing. They have built legacies that are not solely defined by their recent performances, but also by their overall body of work and influence on the sport. As discussions about Fury's future continue, it is essential to recognize that he has options moving forward, whether that involves pursuing high-profile matches or considering retirement. Bisping also highlighted the long-awaited matchup between Fury and Anthony Joshua, a fight that has been anticipated for years and has been fueled by plenty of banter between the two heavyweights. The excitement around this potential clash has only intensified, especially now that both fighters have faced losses to Usyk. This matchup has shifted in significance. It is no longer just about claiming the title of the best heavyweight, but rather a chance for both fighters to seek redemption in their career.
But there is still one fight out there for Tyson Fury, and Eddie Hearn thinks it's the biggest British fight that could ever be put on, and of course, AJ. Anthony Joshua versus the Gypsy King. These two have been talking shit at one another for years, and that fight is still out there. Both men have now lost to Usyk, of course, Fury twice, so there's no shame in that, and I would still love to see that fight.
With the stakes higher than ever, fans are eager to see how this rivalry unfolds. The prospect of a showdown at iconic venues like Wembley Stadium adds to the allure, promising an electrifying atmosphere for boxing enthusiasts. Given the history and rivalry between Fury and Joshua, this fight could be a defining moment in British boxing, showcasing not only their skills, but also their determination to bounce back from recent setbacks. As both fighters prepare for what could be a monumental clash, the boxing world watches closely, hoping for an announcement that will finally bring this long-anticipated battle to fruition. The financial implications of such a fight are also significant, with estimates suggesting it could be one of the richest bouts in boxing history. Promoters are keen to capitalize on the heightened interest surrounding both fighters after their recent performances. As they navigate their careers post-loss, Fury and Joshua have a unique opportunity to reclaim their legacies and provide fans with an unforgettable showdown. What do you think about this potential matchup? Are you excited to see Fury and Joshua finally face off in the ring? Do you believe this fight will live up to the hype? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below.